It all began on the set of a now iconic period drama where Shu Kai and Tan Songyun played reluctant allies turned lovers. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, drawing in millions of viewers who couldn't get enough of their bickering banter and eventual heart-melting confessions. What fans didn't know was that behind the scenes, something far deeper was brewing. During long shoots in ancient palaces and snowy mountain temples, the two stars often stole quiet moments between takes. While others rested or scrolled through phones, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun would rehearse lines in whispers, laughing over forgotten cues and playfully correcting each other's intonations. "She laughs with her whole face," Shu Kai later told a close friend, "and I couldn't look away." Tan Songyun, on her part, reportedly found Shu Kai's attention to detail disarming. "He notices everything," she once told her stylist. "Even when I'm pretending to be fine, he knows." Secret meetings in the night. Though the production ended, their connection didn't. In the following months, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun were often seen at the same events, always cordial, always professional, but fans with hawk-like eyes noticed the tiny things. A lingering glance during an award ceremony, Shu Kai pulling out a chair for her during a press interview, Tan Songyun adjusting his tie backstage like it was second nature. By the time paparazzi captured a blurry image of the two having hot pot at a nondescript Chengdu restaurant, the rumors ignited into wildfire. But they weren't just having dinner. According to an insider who happened to be dining nearby, Shu Kai reached across the table, brushing a stray piece of hair behind Tan Songyun's ear with such tenderness it sent shivers down their spine. "She looked up at him like he hung the stars," the witness said. A dramatic turn, the rain scene that wasn't scripted. One of the most talked-about moments happened earlier this year during a commercial shoot in Hangzhou. A sudden downpour interrupted filming. While crew members scrambled for umbrellas and equipment covers, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun stood at the edge of the scene, caught in the rain. Instead of running for shelter, the two remained under the drizzle. Shu Kai took off his jacket and gently placed it over her shoulders. Then, in a moment that seemed ripped from a romantic script, she leaned into him, resting her head against his chest. A hush fell over the crew. Cameras weren't rolling, but it was cinematic magic. "They didn't notice us watching," said one assistant. For that moment, it was just them. The reveal that broke the internet. Then came the bombshell. At the premiere of Tan Songyun's latest drama, Shu Kai made an unannounced appearance. He walked the red carpet separately, keeping a low profile. But once inside, as Songyun took the stage to speak, he stood at the back of the auditorium, eyes locked on her. She spotted him. And she smiled, not the polite kind reserved for co-stars or fans, but the kind that carries history, affection, and unspoken promises. After her speech, as the lights dimmed and cameras turned to the screen, Shu Kai slipped into the seat next to her. Fans watching the live stream noticed her resting her hand on his under the armrest. By the time photos of their matching rings surfaced online later that night, the speculation reached fever pitch. Finally, Shu Kai took to Weibo. "Thank you for waiting. She's my spring in every winter." Moments later, Tan Songyun posted, "And here's the calm in every storm. Yes, we're together." The internet exploded. The mystery getaway, a private world of their own. Days after the confirmation, the couple vanished from public view. It wasn't until leaked photos surfaced of them vacationing in Iceland that fans got a glimpse of their private escape. In one picture, they're walking hand in hand across a black sand beach, wrapped in oversized scarves and sharing a cup of hot chocolate. In another, Shu Kai is helping her adjust her snow goggles while she grins up at him, cheeks flushed from the cold and love. Sources revealed they rented a secluded cabin overlooking the northern lights. "They just wanted time away," said a friend. "No cameras. No scripts. Just them." Backlash and breakthrough. As with every high-profile relationship, there was criticism. Some netizens accused the reveal of being a PR stunt. Others brought up their past relationships or questioned their compatibility. But Tan Songyun, known for her fierce independence, addressed it head-on in an interview. "Love doesn't need approval. It's not a marketing plan. We fell for each other in the quiet spaces, between scripts, during rainy nights, on empty roads. He's my person." Shu Kai echoed the sentiment. She's not just my co-star or partner. She's home. Their honesty only endeared them more to the public. Fans began organizing online fan clubs dedicated to the couple. Edits of their dramas spliced with real-life footage trended across platforms. They were dubbed China's real-life drama couple. A future written in stardust. So what's next for Shu Kai and Tan Songyun? Sources close to the pair say they're currently co-writing a short film based on their love story, to be produced by a joint team of creatives from both their managements. They've also been offered multiple endorsements as a couple, but they're choosing carefully, wanting to avoid over-commercializing their romance. There are also whispers, faint, beautiful whispers, of a possible engagement. One fan spotted them ring shopping in Shanghai. Another claimed to have seen them touring a private villa near Hangzhou's famous West Lake. Neither has confirmed, but their fans are watching and hoping. The love that rewrites the script. In an industry where relationships are often hidden, shaped by publicists, or dismissed as fleeting, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun are rewriting the script. They've chosen love not as a subplot, but as their headline. And their story continues to unfold in the most breathtaking ways. Whether it's late-night drives along empty highways, shared ramen at 2 a.m., or quiet mornings curled up with books and cats, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun are living their own kind of fairy tale. Not one written by a screenwriter, but one they're writing themselves, line by line, moment by moment. And if this is just the beginning, we can't wait to see what the next chapter holds. The spark between Shu Kai and Tan Songyun didn't begin with confessions or grand gestures, it started with silences. The kind of silences that felt full rather than empty. The kind where eyes linger a little longer, and the air carries the weight of something unspoken. Let's take you back to the very beginning. Day 1 on set. The cast and crew had gathered for a traditional blessing ceremony, as is customary before shooting any major drama. Tan Songyun arrived early, dressed in a modest blouse and jeans, her hair tied in a soft ponytail, carrying a script lined with sticky notes and highlighters. Shu Kai, tall and effortless, arrived minutes later, his energy calm yet intense. They were introduced formally, handshake, smile, nod. Nothing extraordinary. At least not at first glance. But during the group photos, Shu Kai stood beside her, and in a barely noticeable moment, she looked up to say something simple, probably a joke about the incense smoke stinging her eyes, and he laughed. A real laugh. Not the kind you give because you're being polite, but the kind that escapes before you can stop it. The director, watching from a distance, whispered to the assistant, "They're going to have chemistry we can't script." The evolution. From polite to personal. In the early days of filming, both were professional, cordial, respectful, and reserved. But subtle things began to shift. During long takes under the scorching sun, Shu Kai began carrying 2 water bottles, one always meant for her. He'd pass it over without a word, she'd take it without looking, and yet the moment always felt charged. Not romantic, not yet, but undeniably intimate. Rehearsals were where things got interesting. Shu Kai, known for his near-perfectionist approach, often asked to rehearse extra scenes. Tan Songyun, equally committed, would stay back, running lines, adjusting postures, matching eye contact until everything clicked. One night, a rehearsal went well past midnight. The set had emptied. The lighting crew had shut down everything except a few bulbs over the courtyard scene. Shu Kai and Tan Songyun were sitting on the palace steps, scripts abandoned beside them. She was barefoot, heels discarded, twirling a ribbon from her costume. He was watching the sky. Suddenly, he said, "This is the best part, isn't it?" She looked at him. "Which part?" "This part," he said softly. "When the world is quiet, and we don't have to pretend." She didn't respond. She didn't need to. The silence was answer enough. The almost kiss that wasn't in the script. There was one particular scene, episode 14, scene 19, in which their characters had a heated confrontation under falling cherry blossoms. The script ended with the characters storming off in opposite directions, their feelings unresolved. But something happened. As they were filming, Shu Kai leaned in slightly more than expected. Tan Songyun's breath visibly hitched, her lips parted as if to speak, but she didn't. Their faces were inches apart. The director didn't yell cut. No one moved. Time slowed. The scene ended not with anger, but with electric tension, and a pause that left everyone speechless. Even the director kept it in the final cut, later saying, "That wasn't acting. That was something else." Behind the monitors, beyond the lines. Every good production has its secrets, and those who watch from behind the monitors often see what the public doesn't. A lighting technician confessed during an after-party, they didn't just rehearse scenes. They shared stories. Childhood memories. Heartaches. You'd walk by their corner and hear them whispering, laughing quietly, sharing earbuds to listen to music between takes. Another crew member added, "One time Tan Songyun got caught in the rain walking to her trailer. Shu Kai ran out with a coat, not his, but hers, the one he'd picked up when she left it behind. He didn't hesitate." That moment, of Shu Kai draping the coat over her soaked frame, made it into fan fiction even before the romance was confirmed. The scene that changed everything. It was a night shoot. The palace set was lit by fire lanterns, wind machines tossing fabric and hair in all directions. The scene was an emotional one. Her character was leaving, his was begging her to stay. They shot it 5 times. By the 6th, something shifted. Shu Kai grabbed her hand, not as scripted, but firmer, more urgent. His voice cracked mid-line. Tan Songyun's tears weren't fake. She broke down in his arms, sobbing, clutching his robes. The cameras kept rolling. When the director called cut, no one spoke for several seconds. Even the most seasoned cameraman had goosebumps. Shu Kai didn't let go. Tan Songyun didn't pull away. The crew exchanged glances. Something had happened. Something irreversible. After the cameras stopped. Filming wrapped 2 months later. At the farewell dinner, surrounded by cast and crew, Shu Kai stood up with a glass of wine in hand. "This drama gave me more than a role," he said. "It gave me something I'll never be able to describe in words." Tan Songyun looked away, smiling shyly. Later that night, while others celebrated, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun were seen leaving the restaurant together. Not in a flashy car. Not through the front entrance. They walked, just the two of them, down a quiet side street under the warm city lights. A bodyguard trailed behind but kept his distance. That walk, though simple, felt like the start of something monumental. The whispers before the confirmation. In the weeks following the shoot, fans noticed both stars went unusually quiet on social media. No promotions. No selfies. Just silence. Then came the shared photos. Matching socks in a cozy hotel room, similar coffee cups with identical keychains, shadows reflected on the same window pane. One sharp-eyed fan noticed the reflection of Shu Kai's silhouette in Tan Songyun's Instagram post. Barely there, but undeniably him. Still, neither confirmed. Until that night at the premiere, the one where everything changed. And so, it all began on set. From whispered lines behind the palace columns to unspoken confessions beneath the lights, Shu Kai and Tan Songyun fell into a love story no writer could have crafted better. They built something between camera takes and rap calls. And now, as the world watches them step forward hand in hand, it's clear. Their best scene has just begun.